Hi everyone, welcome back to the Casual Watch Review channel. Well, in today's review, we're looking at the brand new Vaer watch, and they've absolutely nailed it. So join in next week for more watch reviews. Of course, I was only joking. Hi guys, welcome back to the Casual Watch Review channel. Well, this week we are in fact reviewing the Vaer dive watch, and this watch has been one that I've been waiting for months to get my hands on. This is the new Vaer D7. This is the first dive watch from Vaer. If you're not familiar, they're a micro brand based in LA, set up and run by two of the most passionate micro brand owners that I've ever had the pleasure of meeting. I'm excited to show you this watch that they designed based on direct feedback from watch collectors and fans, which is fantastic. This version here is the D7. It's a Swiss-made version of Vaer's dive watch. It's also available with a Japanese Miyota 9039, which happens to be one of the top of the line Miyota movements. This watch feels like every design choice has been poured over in great detail. It just has a quality feel. The 316L stainless steel brush case with its twisted lug design is very reminiscent of the Omega Speedmaster, if that featured a brush case. This gives a very classic look and an almost organic feel to the case. It gives it a visual appearance of almost floating on its strap. Here we have it on the Vaer included rubber strap, which I suspect might be made by Barton. It also comes on a canvas and a leather strap option as well. They will be coming out with a metal bracelet, which is one I'm very interested to see. Hey everyone, just a very quick break here. So whilst I was editing the review here, which I shot a couple of days ago, Vaer kindly sent me in the metal bracelet. So I'll spend a couple of seconds reviewing the metal bracelet, and then with the magic of editing, we'll jump back into the main review. So the Vaer included bracelet is an oyster style bracelet, and I think it increases the cost around the $50 to $60 mark. So I would recommend that you got it on this metal bracelet. It's very easy to adjust with pins. It has 4 layers of micro adjustment on the clasp. The clasp is very nicely milled and finished with the Vaer signed fold over on here. Now I would say this is definitely more of a vintage style. It's lighter, has a little bit of a jangle with it, but it fits the overall theme. The solid end link and the way that it meets the case is excellently finished and really enhances that gorgeous twisted lug design that Vaer have gone for on this dive watch. I've enjoyed wearing it on the bracelet the last couple of days. It's very comfortable. It was easy to resize because it uses pins. The only thing it doesn't have is a dive extension, which I'm fine by because sometimes it really bulks up the clasp. The attention to detail on the finishing of the case separates it from a lot of other micro brand dive watches, I feel. Gives it a look and feel of a much more expensive watch. The back of the case features a very generous sapphire exhibition case back with AR coating. This gives a great view of the ETA 2824, which is the Elabor version. The movement is regulated to 4 positions. We can see additional attention to detail with a signed Vaer rotor and blue screws. This movement is ubiquitous across luxury Swiss watches, being used by Hamilton, Zinn and Tudor. The movement has a 40-hour power reserve, so it's not been enhanced like Hamilton do with some of its ETA 2824 movements, but it should give you plenty of power. It's a beautiful looking movement for a watch in this price range and should give you many years of reliable use. Any watchmaker around the world will be able to repair an ETA 2824. And Vaer, of course, offer their own generous 2-year warranty. This watch is very well proportioned and should fit a large number of wrist sizes. The nice domed case back makes for a very comfortable wear, and the 48mm lug-to-lug spans my 7.2-inch wrist perfectly. With a 200-meter water resistance, you are covered for almost any situation. Vaer is a brand born from the 2 founders who were avid surfers, and their early watches were designed to service the outdoor communities. The water integrity of their watches is an immense source of pride for them. Even their entry-level watches feature a screw down crown. This screw down crown is nothing short of a triumph, both well proportioned and easy to grip. I can't honestly think of a better way they could have executed the crown. It's nicely signed and ever so slightly recessed into that organic feeling case. While we're talking about the case, let's look at those case stats. So as mentioned before, it has a 39mm case, a lug to lug of 48mm, and a lug width, and my favorite lug width, of 20mm. Case thickness, including that domed sapphire crystal, is only 13.7mm, which makes it comparatively low profile for a dive watch, I think. The dial is absolutely standout here. For a simple monochrome design, it's a true masterclass in simplicity of design. Vaer themselves made an upload about every design choice of this watch, and they were not wrong about the dial. They look fantastic. I'll add a link to their video in the description down below so you can get a real in-depth look at all of the design choices they made. This one here is the Atlantic version, and it features a matte black dial, applied brush stainless steel raised indices with white paint, and a heavy application of grade X1 C1 Superluminova, and that's also on the hands. The website pictures just don't do it justice in my opinion. The double dome sapphire crystal offers enhanced viewing with little to no distortion, and the AR coating gives a blue hue to the dial in certain lights. Has to be seen in person to capture its full glory. Multiple dial options are available based on your preference. The ones featuring the dates use a custom white on black date wheel with numbers printed vertically, which gives the watch a unique look that separates itself from most of the dive watches, I feel. The hands are brushed with a minute hand that goes all the way to the minute track for easy time reading. The white second hand, like the case, I feel is also a nod to the Speedmaster and really raises itself off the dial. The hands may not be traditional dive watch style hands, but for everyday watches they are excellently finished and very easy to read, even in low light. The dial is really enhanced by the ceramic bezel. This has a lovely glossy look on the ceramic insert and also features an inlay of Superluminova. This would be my only question really about this watch, is how that Superluminova laid into the bezel might survive over time. The bezel has a lovely smooth action and it perfectly lines up. Also has a very nice grip to it. On the metal parts, it's brushed to complement the case. The overhang of the bezel gives the illusion of a larger watch, even though the case is only 39mm. The bezel is a real treat on a watch of this price range. Sorry, please hold on. I'm getting some breaking news from the future. I'm hearing we need to transfer straight away. Sorry about this, guys. Hello, and welcome to Future News, where we report back on the most common questions asked on a YouTube upload before that YouTube upload is posted. First comment: I prefer the option to have a Japanese movement over Swiss. Well, you're in luck. Vaer will also be releasing a D5 version featuring the Miyota 9039 automatic movement. That will be regulated to 4 positions and has that all-important 40-hour power reserve. Next question coming in: a dive watch with the date? I don't like it. Well, I can confirm that both the D5 and D7 are available with or without the date. Next question from a Mrs. Tina Patina asks, I like the look of old radium. Well, Tina, I can confirm you can have that old radium look or a fresh look of white loom. So if you want to celebrate one of the most toxic materials that's ever been used in watchmaking, you go for it. Next question from a Mr. Size Matters. I have a smaller wrist. Can I wear dive watches? Well, this watch is 39mm in size and wears perfectly due to its case construction and slightly domed case back. I'm sure, Mr. Size Matters, you're going to have no problems. And Mr. Long-Suffering Watch Collector writes in, did I hear Vaer sent a survey to watch collectors and not just previous Vaer owners? So this watch is designed from direct feedback from passionate watch collectors? Is this unusual to give watch collectors what they want? Yes, it really is. Final question here before we end our breaking news. Mr. I won't be impressed whatever you review, writes in, Vaer are so new, I prefer more established brands and I don't mind being taken for a ride by those brands. Well, Vaer has been around for a number of years. They are here to stay. They are a true American brand that really listens to their customers and designs high quality watches for reasonable prices. If you want to find out more, listen to our podcast over on Casual Watch Talk. Well, we're back in the studio. Sorry for that breaking news from the future. Well, all joking aside, there was my review of the Vaer. I'm a huge fan of the brand and I love seeing them grow. This watch is now on to the next reviewer, so sadly, I've got to pass it on. You saw my review, so let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. I'll leave all the appropriate links in the description. I do appreciate you watching and I'll see you next time on the Casual Watch Review channel. Thanks guys, bye. So annoying.